Hey, it's Mike from MikePairMoney.com. Hey, I'm here just to go through another overview of the Robinhood Legend trading platform. And today I'm just going to talk through a setup here that I have created. But first, I just want to introduce myself. My name is Mike Pair from Mike Pair Money, and I teach financial literacy as well as investments and trading. And one of the things is for anyone that's watching and familiar with this trading platform, you have to have some capital to be able to get into this trading game. Now, you don't have to have much, but you have to have some capital. Whereas there are many that would like to be in to be able to earn income by trading or investing. However, they have to manage their money in order to get to that point. So I have a personal finance course over on my site, as well as I talk about this weekly, and I teach trading on a weekly basis in my webinar. So if this is something that you're interested in, please give a like and a thumbs up on the video. It'll help the YouTube algorithm, and subscribe. And let me know in the chat if you appreciate these videos, and I'll keep making them. So again, Robinhood came out with their platform yesterday. This is called Legend. And if you all have, I think there was the first 1,000 people that had subscribed, they could get access to it. And I was one of them from the keynote. And so I just want to go through this. I put up a video yesterday just talking about some of it, but had a chance to play with it a little bit. And I just want to go through how it works. So yesterday I showed you can create you can start from a template from scratch with nothing on it, or you can do a predefined template. So as you see, I have a template here of 2 different charts. So I'm just let you know how these go back and forth. So let me just slide this to the left and the right. So this is a widget, right? These are referred to as widget, and you can see behind the screen, you got these grid lines. So as I have this chart widget here, one of the things I want you to notice is, let me turn my mouse pointer on. So I want to show this. So you can see here, as I slide this to the left and to the right, you can see these vertical grid lines. What these vertical grid lines are snap points. But what I want to show as well is up here in this chart, you can see that these are drawing tools to be able to draw on the chart. So it's lines. It's a square here, or rectangle shapes, advanced tools. There are some annotations as well as more. However, if you have the chart where it's too narrow, those drawing tools would disappear. So you got to have it at least, it looks like that many grids. I'm not sure how many it is. Let's count them. So this looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it looks like at least 10. If I go back to 9, it looks like those drawing tools will disappear. So 9 on that side, and then if I pull this back, you see that on this chart that they're not shown. So if I slide this to the right, you can see, so it looks like it's about a 9 grid width that you need to have that opened up to, unless the drawing tools will not be exposed to you. All right, so that's one thing. Secondly, you can see these little dots here in each of the widgets. So all of these are pink, but these are link indicators. So you can have linking groups. So I just have them all on pink, and so every widget that's pink, they will be linked together. So since my watch list here, so say if I click on Amazon, you'll see that all of the widgets update with that particular symbol in it, right? Go to 5, you can see each at 5 here. I don't hold any position, so it's not there, but you can see here in the watch list in each of the charts. Okay. Now, if I want to add, I think I showed in yesterday's video, adding some moving averages. So if you go up here to where the little F is, that stands for indicators, and you can click on indicators, and there's a good list of indicators that you can specify here. So if you scroll down, you can see the different indicators that you can put on the chart. But in this chart, I want to just use some of the drawing tools here. And now you can see that for whatever reason, I moved that away, and you can see my drawing tools, they disappeared on me. Don't know why that is. Let me shrink that down and pull this open again. So now you can see it was there before, but for whatever reason it seemed to disappear. So I'm gonna just show you how for this first one. So lines, so you can see the different options. You got trend lines, trend channel, rays, extended lines, info lines, horizontal line, horizontal ray, and a vertical line. So typically, like say if you're going to draw trend lines, so if I was drawing a trend here, that's how you can draw a trend line. If I'm drawing a horizontal line, go back, it's a solid, you can see how, so if I click on that, so and I can draw a horizontal line. Say if I was going to draw a horizontal line showing the resistance point here at 102, you can see there. And so let me just step back. I'm probably made an assumption that everybody knows how a chart is laid out. So let me just go back. So on here, this is a candlestick. So let me zoom in. So a candlestick is basically has a wick, something at the top and at the bottom. So just think of those as sticks. Then you have the body or the box in the middle. So each of these referred to as a candlestick. And so the top of the wick is the high of the day, the bottom of the wick is low. And then the body of the candle represents the open and close, and it depends upon the interval. So you can see here on this chart on the right, I'm on a daily interval, and the chart on the left is a weekly interval. So each candle here in the right hand chart represents a day, and on the left hand chart represents a week. So you see a difference though here in color. So you got a yellow and then you have a red. So what that means is for the interval, with it being a day, so this will be a trading day. So the market opens at 9:30 in the morning and closes at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so with that, the yellow candle here at the bottom of the body represents the open, and then the top of the body represents the close. And then conversely, for a red candle, the top represents the open and the bottom represents the close. So what does that mean? If you can just look at these, and so I can just say, hey, just looking at these candles here from left to right, you can see that most of these are red candles, meaning that those were down days, versus yellow means that they're up days, because up means that the open at 9:30 started at 107.99. So you can see here on this crosshairs, as I hover over any candle, you can, if you allow your eyes to go up here as I roll over candles, so I'm gonna go back to that yellow candle, you can see OHLC and V. That stands for open, high, lows, low, close, and volume. So on this candle, you can see that we're opened at 107.95. The high of the day is 119.51. The low is 106.21. The close is at 118.72. And then there was the V stands for volume. So how many shares traded hands. All right. And so at the bottom here, you can see these green and red candles here. They're not candles, but green and red bars. This represents the volume for the day, for each of these days, right? So you have the candle. Green candle means it's a open is higher than the close. Red candle means the open is lower than the close, meaning it went down, and they're just color coded. But it doesn't matter. If you have the little sticks sticking up at the top, that means the high of the day and then the low of the day. So again, if we go back to that, let's use this red candle. So you can see the low of the day on this red candle. If you allow your eyes to move back up here, when I put my cursor back over that candle, you can see the low of the day is 117.02. And if I scroll all the way down, if you allow your eyes to fall to the right here, you can see as I move this up and down, you can see this price following me on the y-axis up and down. So you can see the low is there 117. Was it 117.02? So 117.02 is about right there. Can't quite get it exact. And then the high right here is the what is that? 124.97. So that's how you read candlesticks, right? So each candlestick gives you a piece of information. But when you zoom out and you see these candlesticks working together, they start to form patterns. So we're just looking here, we can see that this collection of candles are going down, so the slope is down. So if I go back to again, I don't know why I don't know if this is a glitch in the platform, but if I open this back up, you can see here, if I go back to the trend line, if I draw that down again, this trend down again, you can see that this collection of candles, or another way of saying it, the price of the stock is going down. And you can see that because the y-axis at the bottom is time, and the x-axis on the right, I'm sorry, the x-axis at the bottom represents time, and then the y-axis represents price, up and down, right? And then in here I can click on my mouse, I can expand and contract there, and then if you have if your mouse has a scroll wheel on it, you can scroll in and out, and it shrinks and expands the chart itself, right? So now down at the very bottom you have these intervals. So if I want to look at 1 week, you can see here it looks at it as week, and when I clicked on a week, it changed the time frame here, it changed the actual interval to 5 minutes, right? So if I go 1 month, still on a 5-minute chart, but I can also come up and change that to, I changed it to a 1 hour, but it looks like it took it off of the month. I can go 3 months, then it defaulted to an hour. I can go year to date, so I can see when it's, go all the way back, you see on Jan 8th, this stock was, it closed at 194, and you can see here that today is October 18th, so you can see here it closed at 95. Also I can turn on auto scaling, so if I wanted to lock scaling on it, I can. So say here, if I did it like that, turn to a scale, auto scaling, see it automatically snap back. If I leave auto scaling off, then the chart will stay in that form. But if I turn auto scaling on, you see it's automatically, it's going to scale based upon where I zoomed in or zoomed out at. Okay. So I can lock auto scaling there, and then it just scrolls from left to right. So that takes care of the charting. See if anything that I missed. I think I covered everything on the charts widget. Now here you have the watch list widget. So in the watch list, you can come here, you can create a new watch list. So I can just call this watch list here demo 2. Then I can add symbols into this. I think I showed a little bit of this in the video yesterday, but just a little bit bears repeating. So that's Apple. Then I click on that. Now, let's say if I wanted to trade Apple, right? If I wanted to buy Apple and say, let's just chart this up real quickly. Let's do a little support and resistance on this chart. Let's go to change the interval back to a day. All right, scroll out, bring it up. And so if I wanted to just chart this and say, okay, what is the resistance here? So I want to draw a trend line. Okay, sorry about that. Just draw a horizontal line, just bring that down. So I can see resistance at 136. So I'm done with that. I can look at see that this trend started, and even though I can take this slope here on this trend line, see the bottom of that slope, so you can see that it's trending up and to the right. So let's say I was going to trade Apple on a breakout. So I want to say a breakout above, say, 238.15. I can click on that and I can say a buy stop. So what I can do is say if the market gets higher than the 38.15, this buy stop will turn into a market order, and I can buy 1 share, and I can click buy for Apple. And so just the way this is laid out, so anytime you're on the chart. And if you want to select the action, you can do a buy limit or a sell stop. So the way it's laid out is this is the ticker, here is the price, and then this is your action. Do you want to buy or do you want to sell? Okay, so if I were to go back, click on this plus again, so click on sell limits. Sell limit, I couldn't do a sell limit because I currently don't own any of the stock there, so couldn't do it actually on the chart. But let's say here, if I just wanted to go ahead and do just a trade, then I can say, okay, hey, if I want to buy it at this point, I can go ahead and buy it. Since I don't own any shares of Apple, by default, the sell is not enabled for me to click on. Now, if I had a position in Apple, so let me see. Let's go to, all right. Let me think of a stock that I have in IRA. Let's say CLSK. No, let's do, I think I have Lucid in this account. All right. So you can see, okay, so if I have some Lucid stock here. So if I clicked on here and, oh, you know what? I'm sorry, I don't have Lucid in the account. I have Lucid in this account. Okay, so here you can see when I click on it. So let me just move away. So you can see here it says 300 at minus 112.71. So if I go there and I can click on stop. Now, since I own this, what this means is that I own 300 shares in this, and it's saying that this is what my loss is so far in that is $112.71. So you can see here position, I have 300 shares, and you can see the last and the average cost in my positions. But what I want to show here on the order form is here now you can see the sell option is enabled, and I can click on that. But if I wanted to buy more shares and I have enough in my account, I can click here. So this is a buy, this is a sell, and then you have different order types. So if I own it and I wanted to stop losing money, I can set a stop market order. I can set a limit order, set a market order, a stop limit, or trailing stop. We'll go through the different order types at another time. But then here you can see the number of quantity, how many I wanted to sell. If I wanted to sell 300 shares, and then I can put in a stop price. Say if this stock gets to 307, and so it says the stop price is 14% above the current price, your order may be rejected, because typically when you put in a stop order, the stop has to be should be below the current price. So we see the current price at 269. So if I change this, let's say if I change this to 268, 267, you see now I don't have that that message there warning me that it would be rejected. And so I can go ahead and place this order if I wanted to. And then I can also specify the time in force. So time in force is say how long is the order good for. So if I just want it for 1 day, this order just will be active 1 day. And if the stock rose above and stayed above the entire trading day, above the 267, then this stop order would not fill and it would expire at the end of trading day tomorrow at 4 p.m. Whereas if I wanted it stay on for an extended amount of time up until January 16th, then I can say good to cancel. Then tells me what my estimated trade amount would be if it was filled at 267. So you see how to place a trade, either a buy or sell, and you can only sell on the stock side if you own the stock already. Now, I guess if you have a brokerage account where you have margin enabled, you may be able to sell short, but I do not in this account, so that option is not afforded to me. One other thing is, let's expand this a little bit, expand this out so you can see. So this is a position. So you see in the positions, whatever positions that you hold, it'll be listed here. So you can see I own Lucid, so it's the symbol, the quantity. Here's the last, average cost, P&L, market value, days to open. If this was an option, it would show you. But this is also configurable. So any of these widgets where you see this little filter here, you can click on that and you can say, hey, do I want to show everything, equities or options? I can flip between the two, and then days to expiration. But then also, if you see the little 3 dots, you can click on that and you can say, do you want to group by, underline, asset type, and then you have customized columns. So let's say, for instance, if I wanted to show, let's say, trying to think, so most of these are already selected from a stock perspective. Say if I want to show the bid, I can click on that, show the bid, and then I scroll all the way over. I think I have it. Yeah, so it's not. Okay, so for whatever reason it didn't stick. There you go. So if I now slide all the way over, you can see this is a bid. So any column here, if you want to rearrange the column, just click and drag, click and drag. Doesn't matter. You can change the order of all of these. Really doesn't matter. And so I'm on here. So if I went to TV2 and then came back to my TV1, my trading view template, you can see that those columns are there. So bid is in the 4th column. So you can modify those. And again, you can slide this back as much as you want to. So you can configure these widgets in any way. So let's just walk through one real quick. Say you start from scratch. If you say, hey, I don't know how I want to lay this out. And so you have some options. You can say you can put a watch list there. You can go back. You can add another widget. You say you want to stick a chart here. You can do that. You can add another widget. Say if you wanted to do options change, you can add options change there. You also have the opportunity to add your recent orders and positions as well. So, but I'm just stop at that point so you can kind of see how you can lay this out. And then once the widgets are on the page, then again, as I showed you earlier, you can kind of drag and drop these around. So this just gives you some of the flexibility and shows you here, what you can do in this platform. So just kind of walk through in this video, again, how the platform is laid out. And again, so we created that one from scratch. However, if you want it, and I'll just delete that one for now, but you can go up to the plus box. And if there's a template you want to start from, you don't have to start from scratch. You can start from a template. So there are 8 different options that you can check here. So some of mine, I think I started with templates and then I just modified them as I went about. So again, this is just an overview of the Legend, Robinhood Legend platform. And they said they're going to be rolling it out to the general public over the next few weeks. So some may have advanced access or early access now. Others may get it in the coming weeks. So keep checking your account, and you can go to robinhood.com/legend, LEGEND, to see if you have access or not, if you already have your existing Robinhood account holder. So just keep checking for that, and leave me some comments in the lower part of the video in the comments section. I've had several people ask comments about things with the platform, and I'll try to respond to those. But if you like this content that I'm putting together, again, do me a favor and subscribe and hit the like button so you'll get notified when I put these videos out. And any questions that you have regarding personal finance, investing, or trading. And again, my disclaimer is this is for educational purposes only. I'm not a financial expert. I'm not an accountant, and I'm not a lawyer. So please make sure you consult with your legal professional, and I'm not giving financial advice. So that's my disclaimer, and do your own due diligence as well. But again, if you need information regarding how to budget, general financial literacy, managing your finances from investing to emergency funds to 401k to insurance, and just how to put a plan together to set you up for financial success. And even if you're struggling, that's fine. Just be willing to start and put in the work. And so I offer different coaches, strategies, and online courses. So check me out at mikepairmoney.com. That's mikepairmoney.com. And always you can send me, leave me comments or send me a DM, and I'll get back with you. Again, thanks for your time. And again, this has been an overview of the layout section for the widgets and some of the trading features of the Robinhood Legend platform. Thank you.